Welcome back to Nation of Glory, your ultimate destination for all things Hollywood, where we dive deep into the lives, triumphs, and unforgettable journeys of the stars who light up our screens. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button right now and join our glorious nation of film lovers. Today, we're shining the spotlight on a man who's not just an actor, but a living legend, a phoenix who rose from the ashes, captivating hearts with his wit, charm, and unbreakable spirit. I'm talking about none other than Robert Downey Jr., the ironclad hero of our time, both on and off the screen. Buckle up, folks, because this is going to be an emotional roller coaster, a story of highs and lows, redemption and glory, that will have you rooting for him every step of the way. Let's jump right in. Picture this. It's the swinging 60s in New York City, a time of cultural revolution, free love, and artistic explosion. On April 4, 1965, into this vibrant world steps a baby boy named Robert John Downey Jr. Born to parents who were deeply entrenched in the underground film scene, young Robert was practically raised on movie sets. His father, Robert Downey Sr., was an avant-garde filmmaker known for his satirical, boundary-pushing works like Putney Swope and Greaser's Palace. His mother, Elsie Ann, was an actress herself, appearing in many of her husband's films. From the tender age of 5, Robert made his acting debut in his dad's movie Pound, where he played a puppy. Yes, you heard that right, a puppy. Can you imagine? A little kid barking on screen, already stealing the show with those big, expressive eyes that would one day become his trademark. Growing up in this bohemian environment wasn't all glamour and spotlights, though. It was chaotic, unpredictable, and laced with the shadows of addiction. Robert's father introduced him to drugs at a shockingly young age, marijuana when he was just 6 or 7. It's heartbreaking to think about, isn't it? A child thrust into an adult world of excess, where boundaries blurred and innocence faded too soon. By his teens, Robert had dropped out of high school and moved to Los Angeles to pursue acting full-time, carrying the weight of his family's struggles on his small shoulders. But oh, the talent was there, burning bright like a star about to supernova. His early roles were a testament to that raw potential. In 1985, at just 20 years old, he joined the iconic Brat Pack in films like Weird Science and Back to School, rubbing shoulders with the likes of Molly Ringwald and Anthony Michael Hall. But it was his performance in Less Than Zero in 1987 that really turned heads. Playing Julian, a drug-addicted rich kid spiraling out of control, Robert drew from his own experiences in a way that was both mesmerizing and haunting. Critics raved about his authenticity, his ability to convey vulnerability beneath the bravado. It was as if he was bearing his soul on screen, and audiences couldn't look away. That role earned him his first taste of serious acclaim, but it also mirrored the demons he was battling in real life. As the 80s rolled into the 90s, Robert's star ascended rapidly. He snagged a Golden Globe nomination for his portrayal of Charlie Chaplin in the 1992 biopic Chaplin. Directed by Richard Attenborough, this film was a masterclass in transformation. Robert didn't just play Chaplin, he became him, mastering the physical comedy, the silent era mannerisms, even the emotional depth of a man who hid pain behind laughter. At 27, he became the youngest actor ever nominated for an Academy Award for Best Actor for that role. Can you feel the pride swelling? Here was a kid from a troubled background, proving to the world that he had the chops to stand among the greats. But success came with a price. The pressures of fame, coupled with his ongoing struggles with substance abuse, began to take a toll. The mid-90s were a dark chapter, one that could have ended his story prematurely. Arrests, rehab stints, and legal troubles piled up like storm clouds. In 1996, he was arrested for possession of heroin, cocaine, and an unloaded gun. What followed was a series of heartbreaking headlines: missed court dates, failed drug tests, and eventually, prison time. He spent nearly a year in a California state prison, a far cry from the red carpets and flashing lights. Imagine the isolation, the regret, the moments of despair in those cold cells. Robert later described it as hitting rock bottom, but also as a wake-up call. In interviews, he's been candid about how those experiences shattered him, yet forged something stronger within. It's that honesty, that willingness to own his mistakes, that makes him so relatable, so human. We all have our battles, don't we? His just played out in the public eye. But here's where the story takes a turn that inspires millions: the comeback. After his release in 2000, Robert clawed his way back into Hollywood, determined to rebuild. It wasn't easy. Doors slammed shut, opportunities dried up. He credits allies like Mel Gibson, who cast him in The Singing Detective in 2003, giving him a chance when few would. Slowly, the roles trickled in. Gothica with Halle Berry, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang where he showcased that signature sarcasm. And then, in 2008, came the role that would redefine his career in pop culture forever, Iron Man. Oh, friends, let's pause and savor this moment. Directed by Jon Favreau, Iron Man wasn't just a superhero movie, it was Robert Downey Jr.'s personal resurrection. Playing Tony Stark, the billionaire genius playboy philanthropist, Robert infused the character with his own charisma, quick wit, and underlying vulnerability. Tony's arc, from arrogant arms dealer to heroic savior, mirrored Robert's own journey from downfall to redemption. When he quipped lines like, "I am Iron Man," at the end of the film, it wasn't just dialogue, it was a declaration of triumph. The movie grossed over $585 million worldwide, launching the Marvel Cinematic Universe and turning Robert into a global icon. Suddenly, he was everywhere, on lunchboxes, in video games, inspiring kids to dream big. What makes this so emotional is how Robert turned his pain into power. He openly discussed his sobriety, crediting his wife, Susan Levin, whom he met on the set of Gothica in 2003. They married in 2005, and she's been his rock ever since. Susan, a producer herself, helped him stay grounded, encouraging yoga, martial arts, and a healthy lifestyle. Together, they built a family, son Exton born in 2012, daughter Avri in 2014, adding to his son Indio from a previous marriage. Robert's love for his family shines through in every interview. He calls Susan his better half, the one who believed in him when he struggled to believe in himself. It's a love story woven into his Hollywood saga, reminding us that behind every great comeback is often a great support system. As Iron Man propelled him to superstardom, Robert didn't rest on his laurels. He balanced blockbuster hits with critically acclaimed work. In 2008, the same year as Iron Man, he starred in Tropic Thunder, earning another Oscar nomination for his outrageous portrayal of Kirk Lazarus, an actor who undergoes pigmentation alteration to play a black soldier. It was satirical, bold, and hilarious, showcasing his range. Then came Sherlock Holmes in 2009, directed by Guy Ritchie. Robert's take on the iconic detective was fresh, energetic, eccentric, with a dash of martial arts flair. The film was a box office smash, spawning a sequel in 2011. His chemistry with Jude Law as Watson was electric, turning the classic tales into action-packed adventures. Throughout the 2010s, Robert became the heartbeat of the MCU. He reprised Tony Stark in the Avengers 2012, Iron Man 2 2010, Iron Man 3 2013, Avengers, Age of Ultron 2015, Captain America, Civil War 2016, Spider-Man, Homecoming 2017, Avengers, Infinity War 2018, and finally, Avengers, Endgame 2019. Each appearance peeled back layers of Tony's character, from the cocky inventor to the sacrificial father figure. Who can forget that gut-wrenching scene in Endgame where Tony snaps his fingers, saving the universe at the cost of his life? "I love you 3000, he tells his daughter, a line that still brings tears to eyes worldwide. Robert's performance earned him billions at the box office and cemented his legacy as the architect of the MCU's success. But beyond the capes and suits, Robert's versatility shines in indie gems and dramatic roles. In The Judge 2014, he played a slick lawyer returning home to defend his estranged father, portrayed by Robert Duvall. The film explored themes of forgiveness and family bonds, hitting close to home for Robert. Then there's Due Date 2010, with Zach Galifianakis, a road trip comedy full of his trademark humor. And don't overlook his voice work as the lead in Dolittle 2020, where he talked to animals with infectious enthusiasm, even if the film had mixed reviews. What truly endears Robert to fans is his off-screen persona. He's a philanthropist at heart, founding the Random Act Funding initiative to support various causes. He's advocated for environmental issues, mental health, and addiction recovery, using his platform to help others avoid the pitfalls he faced. In 2019, he launched the Footprint Coalition, an organization dedicated to using technology to clean up the planet. Imagine that, a man who once battled personal chaos now fighting for global harmony. It's inspiring, isn't it? His wit in interviews, his humility in accepting awards, his genuine interactions with fans, all of it builds this emotional connection. He's not just a star, he's like that cool uncle who overcame odds and now shares wisdom with a wink. As we fast forward to today, Robert continues to evolve. In 2023, he starred in Oppenheimer, Christopher Nolan's epic about the atomic bomb, playing Louis Strauss with a subtlety that earned him his fourth Oscar nomination, and this time, he won Best Supporting Actor in 2024. Standing on that stage, trophy in hand, he thanked his terrible childhood and his rescuers, including Susan. It was a moment of full circle glory, proving that perseverance pays off. He's also ventured into producing with Team Downey, his company with Susan, behind projects like Senior, a documentary about his father that premiered on Netflix in 2022. It's a tender tribute, reconciling past wounds with love and laughter. And let's not forget his influence on pop culture. Phrases like genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist have become memes. His fashion sense inspires trends, and his journey motivates countless people in recovery. The Independent named him one of the greatest actors of the 21st century for good reason. His body of work spans genres, from comedy to drama, action to biography, always with that magnetic presence. Folks, Robert Downey Jr.'s story isn't just about fame, it's about resilience, the human spirit's capacity to rebuild. From a child actor navigating a turbulent upbringing to a man who conquered Hollywood on his terms, he's shown us that it's okay to fall, as long as you get back up. His charisma lights up the screen, but it's his heart that keeps us coming back. In a world that can feel cold, Robert reminds us to embrace our flaws, chase our passions, and love fiercely. As we wrap up this epic tale on Nation of Glory, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for joining me on this journey through Robert Downey Jr.'s extraordinary life. If this story touched you, resonated with your own experiences, or just made you smile, hit that like button to show your support. Don't forget to subscribe for more inspiring Hollywood stories, turn on notifications so you never miss an upload, and share this video with fellow film fans who need a dose of motivation today. Until next time, keep shining bright in your own glorious way. This is Nation of Glory, signing off. Stay legendary.